Something really incredible has been happening to you lately. What if I told you that your age is reversing, that you are actually getting younger without even realizing it? You look in the mirror and for a moment you pause. Your skin looks clearer, your eyes brighter, and your energy feels lighter. People are starting to notice it. They say things like, "You look different, more younger somehow." But here's the wild part. You haven't changed your diet, you haven't started any new skincare routine, and you haven't done anything physical to cause this shift. So what's really happening? This isn't just a coincidence. It's not just good genetics. You're witnessing one of the rarest, most mysterious side effects of spiritual reckoning: energetic age reversal. When your vibration begins to rise rapidly, your body starts shedding the dense aging energy that you've unknowingly carried for years. Instead of breaking down, your system starts rebuilding itself emotionally, mentally, and yes, physically. In this video, we're going to uncover the subtle but powerful signs that your spiritual awakening is reversing your age, cell by cell, vibration by vibration, without you even realizing it. These are not common signs. Most people have no idea what's really going on. But after today, you will. So get ready, because what you're about to discover might just change how you see your body, your energy, and time itself forever. Let's begin. This is a term rarely talked about, but explains a lot. Every emotion you suppress, every period of burnout, every year spent in survival mode, your body stores all of it. Not just in your mind, but in your cellular memory. And this storage isn't neutral. It creates tension, density, and biological drag that physically weighs down your body over time. But when you start to awaken spiritually, something amazing happens. Your field starts to shed these old emotional timestamps, almost like your cells are letting go of stories they've been holding for far too long. You may notice you're sleeping deeper without needing more hours. You feel lighter in your joints or face. You start naturally gravitating away from things that used to drain you. This is what some ancient texts call the return of youth through lightness. Not in appearance, but in vibration. Your body follows your vibration. So when your energy becomes more coherent, more regulated, more present, your body starts dropping everything that made it feel older than it actually is. Not fantasy, not illusion, just the natural reversal of emotional time once your soul begins to lead. This one might sound strange at first, but it's one of the most powerful signs of spiritual rejuvenation. Instead of feeling older and heavier emotionally, you begin feeling the emotions you once buried, but from a safer, lighter place. Almost like your emotional timeline is running backward, not to trap you, but to free you. You might find yourself crying over something from childhood, not because you're stuck in the past, but because your body is finally letting it go. What's happening is this: your nervous system is becoming safe enough to process unfelt emotion. An unfelt emotion is what ages you from the inside out. Not in years, but in density. When you're constantly in fight, flight, or freeze, your body braces itself, even if you don't notice. That bracing becomes tension. Inflammation becomes aging. But when your vibration begins to rise, and you start to awaken spiritually, that bracing loosens. Instead of suppressing emotions to survive, you start releasing them to thrive. Because these emotions were stored in the order they were experienced, your system begins processing them in reverse. Childhood pain, teenage wounds, old relationship heartbreaks. They rise, not to haunt you, but to exit. And as they do, you'll feel yourself become more emotionally open, soft, even playful, not childish, but free in a way you haven't felt in years. That's not progression, that's energetic youth. And it shows in everything, from your facial expressions to how you laugh again, for real this time. You're not doing anything drastically different. No new wardrobe, no haircut, no lifestyle makeover. And yet, people keep saying things like, "You look fresh, you're glowing, there's something about you lately." They're not talking about aesthetics. They're sensing something deeper. Your energetic signature is shifting, and it's becoming lighter. This is one of the most subtle but undeniable signs of vibrational age reversal. Because here's the truth. Your body reflects the coherence of your aura. When your spiritual field becomes less fragmented, less weighed down by outdated beliefs, suppressed emotion, and energetic clutter. Your physical presence begins to glow. Literally, your eyes look clearer. Your posture becomes more open. You start taking deeper breaths without even trying. People feel it before they see it. Why? Because we live in a vibrational universe. Whether they realize it or not, others are constantly scanning for energetic age, not your years, but your density. When your aura was carrying years of unresolved energy, people subconsciously felt that heaviness around you. But now you feel present, light, even youthful, not in behavior but in frequency. The feedback you get from others becomes your mirror. So if you've been hearing strange compliments about your glow, your skin, or your vibe, don't brush it off. It might not be flattery. It might be a sign that your spiritual awakening is literally making you younger from the inside out. One of the strangest but clearest signs that your vibration is reversing your energetic age is how your cravings shift, not just your food preferences, but your elemental needs. You start needing sunlight more. You begin craving still water, not just to drink, but to be near. You want to walk barefoot. You want silence more than stimulation. You want clean air, not perfume. At first, you might think you're just becoming more sensitive, but what's really happening is your body is remembering its original intelligence. As your vibration rises, your energetic field begins to realign with Earth's. This creates a resonance effect where anything artificial, processed food, toxic noise, or crowded cities starts to feel overwhelming or even repulsive. In place of that overstimulation, your system begins guiding you toward restorative simplicity. Your body stops craving what numbed it. It starts asking for what restores. The real sign here isn't just the craving, it's the result. You start noticing rapid shifts in your appearance and biology without intense effort. Your skin becomes clearer without new products. Your digestion improves, your sleep deepens, and most notably, your face starts softening. Tension in your jaw, your brow, your mouth, it melts, your stress expression fades, and a different version of you begins to emerge. One that feels eerily familiar, like the version of you before all the pain. This isn't regression, it's energetic purity returning. Your body always reflects the purity of your field. This one is paradoxical. Your days feel longer, moments feel richer. You're suddenly noticing things you used to ignore. Light patterns, small details, synchronicities, and yet you're getting more done with less effort. This is a quantum-level symptom of age reversal. Your body and field are beginning to operate outside of linear time. Here's what's happening beneath the surface. When you're stuck in stress, fear, and emotional survival, your system moves fast, but inefficiently. You rush, forget, distract, and collapse. But when your vibration begins to rise, your field synchronizes with higher-order rhythms, those found in nature, intuition, and coherence. You're no longer moving from adrenaline, you're moving from alignment. As a result, your body uses less energy to do more. Your metabolism stabilizes, your nervous system shifts from contraction to expansion, and your sense of biological time begins to change. This doesn't mean you stop aging completely, but it does mean the rate at which your vitality declines slows dramatically, and in some cases begins to regenerate. Science is just starting to catch up to this. Studies on telomerase, epigenetics, and neuroplasticity all confirm what mystics have known for centuries, that energy and consciousness can bend time. When your body is no longer ruled by stress, guilt, or disconnection, it stops aging at the rate your culture told you it would. So if life is starting to feel slower but fuller, if you're accomplishing more but rushing less, and if your sense of age is starting to feel irrelevant, your vibration isn't just rising, it's rewriting your time. This one catches most people off guard. You start dreaming differently, but it's not the usual prophetic, symbolic, or lucid dreams that most spiritual people talk about. You begin dreaming of the past, but it feels different. You're back in old places. Childhood homes, classrooms, towns you haven't thought of in years. You see old friends, old versions of yourself, even memories that aren't fully yours. But here's the twist. These dreams don't feel like regressions. They feel like your soul is cleaning up the timeline. Your subconscious, now more spacious due to your rising vibration, begins reprocessing old memory loops that were stuck in limbo. You might dream of confronting an old bully, and in the dream you stand up for yourself. You might see a version of your younger self, smiling, playing, and for once, not afraid. What's happening here is a form of subconscious age reversal. The energetic density from your past experiences is finally moving out of storage. Your dream space becomes a kind of spiritual therapy room where old wounds are released, not with force, but through symbolic rewrites. And the result? You wake up feeling lighter, clearer, sometimes even physically rejuvenated. You start to notice that your inner dialogue is less self-critical. Your spontaneous thoughts are more peaceful, and your response to current triggers becomes gentler. This is not just emotional maturity. It's the byproduct of a cleaner subconscious timeline. You're no longer looping in pain your mind didn't finish processing. You're moving forward not by pushing ahead, but by integrating what was left behind. And that changes your energy completely. Your aura becomes less fragmented. Your sleep becomes more restorative. And your waking life becomes freer because the past no longer weighs you down. One of the most unexpected signs of spiritual age reversal is that you stop identifying with the idea of how old you're supposed to be. You hear people talk about being too old for this or too young for that, and something inside you just doesn't resonate anymore. Not because you're ignoring reality, but because your energy no longer fits the category. You might be 45 and suddenly feel the lightness and wonder you had at 25, but with deeper wisdom. Or you might be 23 and suddenly feel ancient, like a soul that's lived 100 lives, but without the heaviness. Here's what's really happening. You're shedding the linear identity that was assigned to you. The truth is, spiritual awakening doesn't just elevate your consciousness. It collapses the artificial timelines you were taught to follow. And as your vibration rises, you stop aging in the cultural sense. You stop believing you should settle down by now, dress your age, or act like an adult because those are scripts, not truths. And your spirit didn't come here to perform a script. It came here to live fully. This inner shift begins to show outwardly, too. You might find yourself laughing more, being more curious, wanting to dance, travel, and explore. Not because you're escaping responsibility, but because your field is becoming more present and more alive. People will notice. They'll say you look younger, feel younger, or seem different, but they won't understand why. It's because you're no longer anchored to age as a fixed identity. You're vibrating in alignment with your true self, and that self exists beyond time. And in that space, you don't look young, you look timeless. By now, you've probably realized this isn't about just looking younger. It's something much deeper. Because when your energy returns to its natural rhythm, your body responds, your field lightens, your subconscious softens, and your identity becomes less about age and more about alignment. You stop chasing time, you start flowing with it. And in that flow, your skin glows differently, your eyes become brighter, your steps feel lighter, and your presence becomes undeniable. This is what spiritual age reversal really is. It's not fantasy, it's frequency. It's not surface, it's cellular. And the more you align with your inner truth, the more your outer form responds in kind. So, if you've noticed even one of these signs, if your body is feeling clearer, if time is bending, if you feel a version of yourself returning that you thought was lost, then trust it. Your energy is not just rising, it's reversing what the world told you was inevitable, and that is sacred. Now before you go, if you've been feeling like something is about to shift, but you can't explain why, if your intuition has been whispering that you're on the edge of something big, then the next video is going to hit deep. Because when your vibration reaches a certain point, it doesn't just change how you look, it changes everything. So when you're ready, watch this next. You'll feel why the signs are showing up now. And if this message resonated, drop a comment below. I trust the energy my body is returning to. And don't forget to subscribe, not just to the channel, but to the version of yourself you're becoming. Because from this point forward, you're not just aging, you're awakening.